Am I frozen? Come on, man. Think I'm frozen. Let me start all over. God damn it. Alright guys, let's get this ball rolling. Yeah, I'm just going to my YouTube, make sure everything's copacetic. See, now I gotta change the title and stuff again. Man, I'll do that after this stream. Well, let me edit. This thing ain't coming in. I'm live, guys. I'm live. Trying to set up everything right quick. I think I'm live. Shoot, I don't know. I'm gonna check. My internet's slow. I can't talk. My internet is slow. Or is my computer slow? Shoot, I don't know. We're getting everything set up, guys. Doing it live. Live on air right now. Y'all see what I'm doing? Gotta put the thumbnail there. Hope y'all like this thumbnail. Why the thumbnail ain't show up? What the hell is going on? Oh, my slow computer. Yeah, that's what it is. Shh. Where's the thing at? There we go. Man, one of these days I'm gonna get a faster connection and probably another computer. Probably a desktop on my laptop here. So this is gonna be woke reactions. It's real time, guys. You seeing bloopers and everything. I don't even know if that thing correct. I don't even feel like going down the list for everything else. It's taking so long for everything to work. Alright. Monetization. I thought I turned that thing on. What they talking about average view duration? I ain't started doing nothing yet. How do I monitor? I'll turn on the monetization later. Let's get to it, guys. I wonder if I'm live. Let's check. Let me check and see if I'm live, guys. This video is probably going to be like 30 minutes long, something like that. I know the video I'm going to watch like 21. 21. See, look at this, guys. I'm not cutting nothing out because it's live. I can't edit nothing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get out of that. Pull up another tab. Go to YouTube. Guys, watch my video all the way through. Help me get faster internet. This is ridiculous. Is this happening so they telling me to get new connection, or why is this happening? All right, I'm finna go to the main page and see if we up. See if we live. Then we're gonna get to it. Yeah, I think we live. I see it right there. We're live. We're in this. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's hurry up and watch this thing. All right, I'm gonna start this from the beginning because I started earlier, but things wasn't right. So let me go back.
Particularly good mood. This is obviously, they're fun. I love to talk about my favorite childhood TV shows and movies and just ruin them. I'm honestly a very nostalgic bitch, so this is just fun for me. I like it. And you guys also really like them too, which makes me very happy. Alright, the first theory I want to talk about has to do with SpongeBob. SpongeBob has been on for fucking eons, so obviously there are a lot of conspiracy theories surrounding the show. Also, I'm convinced SpongeBob was just written by a bunch of stoners, but that's besides the point. There's actually a conspiracy theory that Squidward is a part of the Illuminati. So there's an episode of season 6 of SpongeBob that we see Squidward as a part of a very strange secret society. The episode begins where SpongeBob begins to pick up on the fact that on the third Wednesday of every single month, Squidward is in a very particularly good mood. This is obviously strange because he's Squidward, so he's not normally in a good mood. When suddenly a man walks into the Krusty Krab and tells Squidward that there is a surprise waiting for him at nightfall. So SpongeBob and Patrick decide that they're gonna actually spy on Squidward. SpongeBob and Patrick end up following Squidward to a very strange lodge where Squidward and all of the other people there are wearing robes, they're performing secret handshakes, and you even see the all-seeing eye symbol. So everyone there is a cephalopod, which is like the type of fish that is a squid. If that makes, I don't know. I'm not a marine biologist.
Y'all saw that? You want me to go back? Did y'all see that? That's crazy. I'm just letting everybody know on Instagram I'm live on YouTube right now. But we can keep going here. By the way, subscribe. Please. Hit that like button so I can keep bringing you more woke reactions.
Whatever. So the secret society realizes that SpongeBob and Patrick are there because they're not cephalopods, and they decide to ban Squidward for life for bringing in outsiders. Everything about this episode is extreme Illuminati vibes. Like, there's no doubt about it that it was kind of a nod to the Illuminati. Honestly, my real question about it is why? Because it's not up for debate. Like, they're making fun of the Illuminati / cults in general, and it really makes you wonder because obviously the people who created SpongeBob are exposed to like the Hollywood media, to the elite, to the people who would theoretically be maybe part of the Illuminati, if you believe in that. So theoretically, if that were to be true, I'm sure the creators of SpongeBob would have been exposed to that. So is it just a nod to all of the Illuminati conspiracy theories, or is it a nod to something much darker? I mean, from the all-seeing eye symbols to having to have an initiation into the club, to the robes, like, it's clearly mocking the Illuminati. But why? I feel like it could just be a joke, but at the end of the day, the writers of SpongeBob probably would just like definitely know more about the Illuminati than I do, because they hang out in, you know, rooms with producers and actors, and I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think the Illuminati is filled with celebrities and movie producers and actors and stuff? Like, I definitely think it's a possibility, but I don't know. The next childhood ruining conspiracy theory is about Donald Duck. So there is a pretty interesting theory surrounding Donald Duck that I actually 100% believe. Donald Duck is obviously the funny sidekick to Mickey Mouse, and he was a big part of all of our childhoods. However, could his backstory be not so kid-friendly? The theory goes that Donald Duck is actually a war veteran who is suffering from extreme PTSD. This is already half true, like proven by the show itself, because Donald Duck is constantly seen having war flashbacks, so we know that he fought in World War II. But Donald Duck is pretty notorious for losing his temper and getting super angry, especially after the point of the war. Mickey Mouse cartoons date back, so they actually dated back before World War II, and Donald Duck was more happy-go-lucky, and then after the war, they made him seem very frustrated and stressed out 99% of the time. Not only that, but Donald Duck is constantly wearing a sailor outfit, which is another nod to him being a World War II veteran. I mean, I feel like this theory kind of just speaks for itself, babe. Like, it's there. It kind of freaks me out, actually. You know, Donald Duck actually low-key does remind me of all of the war veterans I know. I like how I said all the war veterans I know. I think I maybe know like one. But I do feel like
What you guys think? I mean, a lot of people after the war, they crazy, you know what I'm saying? They, have post, traumatic, whatever they call that word. You know what I'm talking about. Post-traumatic stress or whatever. But, yeah. Very, very similar to a war vet. Plus he got the sailor suit on, like she said.
he gives Donald Duck vibes, so I don't know. I kind of believe it. Alright, the next theory is about Scooby-Doo. Specifically the live-action version. One of my favorite movies of all time. The Scooby-Doo movie is just so damn good for no reason. But it was even supposed to be better. And this is pretty crazy, but obviously I feel like a lot of people know Shaggy and Scooby are supposed to have been known to be stoners. That's kind of like the running gag. Scooby-Doo, second movie even starts out, Shaggy and Scoob are cooking burgers in the mystery van, but it looks like there's hotboxing the van. That has always been a true conspiracy theory, but Velma was supposed to be gay. I'm so mad that she's not. You have no idea. According to the writer of the Scooby-Doo live action movie, James Gunn claims that the action movie was meant to be a R-rated movie. It was so in the works to the point where they had to edit out scenes and use CGI to cover up some of the actors' cleavage because it was supposed to be an R-rated movie, but then it turned into a family-friendly movie that we all know and love. James Gunn said that Velma and Daphne were supposed to kiss. And in fact, they did. Sarah Michelle Gellar and Linda Cardellini kissing as Daphne and Velma, that exists. But they cut it out so that they could get a PG rating. It was also supposed to be way more obvious that Shaggy and Scooby are stoners. Even though I feel like it was pretty obvious, to an extent, it was supposed to be, kind of apparent. But I mean, come on. The girl that Shaggy falls in love with, his name is Mary Jane. There's no doubt about it, right? Then again, if you were a child watching it, you probably had no idea, because I didn't either. I really feel like they should release the R-rated version of Scooby-Doo.
I don't care.
Especially if they have, all of the footage. I don't know how much of this that they actually, had filmed. If they filmed all of this stuff, please release the footage of the R-rated Scooby-Doo, or even, I'm honestly down for them to make a new one. Sarah Michelle Gellar, Freddie Prinze Jr., they're old now, I don't care. I will still watch it. I will literally sit there and pretend that they're not 20 years older than they were in the original. I love Scooby-Doo. I was childhood ruining because it could have changed the trajectory of my life if that had come out, but it didn't. Not to be dramatic or anything. Alright, the next conspiracy theory comes from one of my favorite movies of all time, Beetlejuice. So there is a theory that surprisingly makes the movie darker than it already was because, Beetlejuice is Tim Burton, so it's gonna be creepy. So there's a theory that Barbara and Adam's car accident was no accident whatsoever. The theory goes that Adam and Barbara were actually murdered by the pushy real estate agent Jane Butterfield. From the very moment that she's introduced in the movie, she is so overbearing and so obsessed with getting Adam and Barbara to try to sell their house, even though they rejected her multiple times. The theory goes that this made the realtor crazy, so she...
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to show any other signs of Illuminati, stuff like that, like they did in SpongeBob. But we're going to see. We're going to, I guess every conspiracy is not going to be about Illuminati or the government, you know what I'm saying, in these movies. But we're going to go ahead and look at it all the way through. See what else she talk about.
she decided to cut their brakes and murder them so that she could sell their house and get her bag. I don't know how much I believe this theory, but what I will say is it is weird because Jane leaves their house right before they get in the car accident that kills them. I also think that the theory explains why they're ghosts in the first place, because obviously Barbara and Adam have unfinished business. That's kind of like the overall theme with ghosties. It's like if they have unfinished business, they become ghosts instead of like going to the permanent afterlife or whatever. The reason that they are stuck in this purgatory is because their unfinished business is the fact that they were literally murdered. I don't know. I think it puts a really interesting dark spin on a movie that was already dark in itself. So
That's true.
let me know what you guys think. And if you have any other Beetlejuice theories, let me know, because I honestly feel like there could be a lot of conspiracy theories around that movie just because it's weird as hell. It's Tim Burton. What are you gonna do? Speaking of Tim Burton, the next two conspiracy theories come from Willy Wonka. To me, it makes a lot of sense that there's conspiracy theories surrounding Willy Wonka. I think Wonka was a fucking weirdo. Not just Johnny Depp's Wonka, but also Gene Wilder, like the original. Gene Wilder just did such a good job of making like a candy person be creepy and scary. So the first theory is that Willy Wonka was actually a serial killer and everything that he did to the children was premeditated and the children were hand selected. Despite it being a family friendly movie, there's a dark theory that Wonka carefully calculated exactly who would receive the golden tickets. The theory goes that Wonka knew that these children were bad children who needed to be punished, and Wonka knew that each of these children...
Let me go back. I want to show y'all something. Let me keep
that
playing.
Willy Wonka was actually a serial killer and everything that he did to the children was premeditated and the children were hand selected. Despite it being a family friendly movie, there's a dark theory that Wonka carefully calculated exactly who would receive the golden tickets. The theory goes that Wonka knew that these children were bad children who needed to be punished, and Wonka knew that each of these children were undeniably that Wonka carefully calculated exactly who would receive the golden tickets. The theory goes that Wonka knew that these
look, black and white. Y'all see the black and white floor? The checkerboard floor? Well, Freemason got that in a lodge. So you see this in a lot of movies and stuff. And it represents good and bad, or black and white, or day and night. You know what I'm saying? It represents the duality. So, you know, that's kind of like they saying this is we are putting our symbolism in your face. You know what I'm saying? And also it's part of rituals. So this movie could be a ritual going on, because every time they put this black and white checkerboards in these movies, it's rituals going on.
Children were bad children who needed to be punished, and Wonka knew that each of these children were undeniably greedy and would never listen to his rules. And the interesting part about this theory is that if you think about it, you can go with the theory that Wonka selected these people by hand, one by one. It also works even if he didn't, because you gotta think, all Willy Wonka needed to do was announce this contest, and naturally it's going to attract the privileged children who have a lot of money and who can manipulate their parents into buying thousands of dollars worth of fucking chocolate bars. Those kids would have the highest chance of winning, which ended up happening to all except for Charlie, obviously. We're going to talk about a different theory in a bit about how Charlie got the golden ticket. So the theory goes that since all of the children besides Charlie ended up being greedy little monsters, Wonka decided to teach them a lesson by using their own greediness against them and, you know, telling them not to do something and seeing if they still did it. And they all did. So it's like, I don't really know how much you can blame Wonka for this. Am I wrong?
Weird, man.
Like, someone tells you not to go in the fucking chocolate fountain, then don't go in the chocolate fountain, you know what I mean? It is a pretty sinister theory for a children's movie. So the next part of the theory is that Charlie himself was actually handpicked. I believe this 100,000%. Like I said, Wonka didn't need to handpick all the other kids, and maybe he didn't even have this plot planned out. The idea is each child who got the golden ticket were complete opposites of Charlie. They were all arrogant, disrespectful, greedy,
There's that
and they
black
all
and white,
came
look at
from
that.
privileged
Checkerboard
families.
floor.
So obviously Charlie is the last kid to get the golden ticket. So the theory goes that Wonka himself was watching the news, because if you remember, they show all the kids on the news and he was just fucking rolling his eyes about all of the children who were picked because they all exuded such a terrible energy. Were clearly greedy and disrespectful of their families and their parents and just ungrateful little bitches. It sounds like I am Willy Wonka's defense attorney right now. Obviously, the end goal of the whole movie is that Wonka was going to give the chocolate factory to whichever kid, you know, beat all the odds. And as he's watching each kid open the golden tickets, he's like, where is someone normal? These kids do not deserve shit. He handpicked Charlie himself, a local boy who was poor and respectful of his parents. And he picks Charlie because he low-key knows that Charlie is going to beat the odds and be the winner of the chocolate factory, which is something that him and his family really needed. But how does Wonka make sure that Charlie gets the last golden ticket? Well, in the movie, the cashier specifically hands Charlie a chocolate bar from the top of the pile. So it's theorized that that man is actually working for Wonka, and Wonka hired him to give Charlie the last golden ticket. I believe this theory so much, and it's actually kind of true, at least in the Broadway world, which is the only world that matters. But the actor who plays Wonka in the Broadway show also plays the cashier that gives Charlie the golden ticket. So kind of proving the theory to be somewhat true. I love this theory. I think it's so smart, and I think it's a little bit less sadistic than like Wonka specifically wanting to murder the children that he chose, in the fact that, like, think about the probabilities. If there's a contest that like you have to win a fucking candy bar anywhere around the world, the likely people who are going to win it are people who are going to be able to afford to buy like hundreds of candy bars. And those are going to be the most annoying children ever. Naturally, it makes sense why he would not want to leave his chocolate factory to these little rich kids. I don't know, I kind of like this theory and I think it's true. So the next theory is about Tangled, and it is the theory that Rapunzel completely imagined Flynn Rider. So there's a crazy theory that Rapunzel never actually escaped her tower, and the entire events of Tangled are just taking place in Rapunzel's daydream. I mean, the reason I think this kind of makes a lot of sense is because obviously Rapunzel in a fucking tower day in, day out, the girl's gonna be like relying on her daydreams because she's probably going a little stir crazy. I think that it makes sense that she completely was just dreaming about Prince Charming coming in and saving her from the tower, and that none of it actually ever happened. I also feel like this kind of explains the ending of Tangled, because it never made sense to me why Mother Gothel lets Flynn go. Mother Gothel just had all of her ducks in a row, honestly. She really could have just killed Flynn and kept Rapunzel under lock and key, like she had been doing so for the past years. It honestly makes no sense that she let Flynn go.
I really don't care about the Tangle thing. I skipped ahead. It's gonna take a minute. Man, my internet's slow. Sorry, guys. Oh, let me.
I was stuck in a tower, like, bitch. I would be daydreaming. The same thing. Alright, so the next It's All in Their Head theory comes from Grease. So this theory is actually really popular. I'm surprised I haven't talked about it, and slash if I did,
the theory on this
it's been eons since. So there's a theory that Sandy actually drowned the day that her and Danny went to the beach. The theory continues that the events of Grease are just taking place in Sandy's head while she's in a coma. This theory ultimately actually stems from the ending of Grease, which we're going to talk about how I feel about that in a second. But the ending of Grease, of course, is infamously where Danny and Sandy get into the red convertible, and the convertible just starts fucking flying into the sky. It's a very frustrating ending to me. I actually hate this ending, but according to conspiracy theorists, that ending is signifying Sandy leaving her coma and dying, which is obviously pretty freaking dark. But I do get why people think that, because it just makes no sense why Grease ended like that, because literally, like, none of Grease was impossible. Obviously, it's a musical, so obviously there's gonna be musical numbers that don't make sense. That's just, like, we get it. To have a fucking floating car at the, was this Harry Potter? Like, I just felt like that was just weird. I like this theory because it gives reason to like probably one of the worst endings of any movie ever. I hate the way that Grease ends. I felt like it never made sense because they acted like the whole plot was a normal thing that was happening. They just fly away. Like, what? Next theory comes from the movie Love Actually, which is one of my favorite movies ever. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies, obviously, besides The Grinch. So this Love Actually theory I found to be very interesting. So the theory goes that Mia and Rufus actually represent the devil and the angel. So Mia, throughout the entirety of the movie, tries to make Harry cheat on his wife Karen, and also she literally dresses like the devil at a holiday party. It wasn't Halloween. It was a Christmas party. Why are you dressed like the devil, girly? But she looked fucking good, I'm not gonna lie. And the theory continues that Rufus is trying to make Harry not cheat on his wife. That is why he takes so long in the gift wrapping scene, because he knows what's up, because he's literally an angel and he is trying to get Harry to do the right thing. Obviously, we see Rufus help at the end of the movie as well. He helps Sam because he distracts the ticket person so that Sam can run past security to meet Joanna. And it's interesting because Rufus, I feel like, just showed up out of nowhere to do this, and why else would they have that connection? And what's very exciting is that it turns out that there actually is some truth to this theory. So the producer of Love Actually tweeted that originally Rufus actually was supposed to be an angel. The overwrapped gift was on purpose to make Harry stop being able to buy the necklace. I honestly just love this theory. I think it's fun, and I love any theory that has to do with a Christmas movie, especially Love Actually. But I do think that this Love Actually theory is super interesting, and let me know what you guys think. Alright, the next theory is all about Coraline. You guys always asked me to do Coraline theories, and honestly, I didn't watch Coraline until I was way older because actually, I don't know why I didn't watch it. It seemed like something that would be up my alley, but I can never be scared of the other mother because it's literally just Susan Meyer. There's a very dark conspiracy theory about Coraline that Coraline actually never escaped the other world. So we see whenever Coraline leaves the other world, she actually just goes to sleep in the other world and wakes up in the normal world. The theory goes that every time that Coraline goes to sleep in the other world, the other mother just creates an illusion to make it seem like Coraline is waking up in the real world.
That was interesting. Oh, here come my ad. I was about to fast forward that thing. Oh my goodness. It's just so slow.
This theory actually makes a lot of sense because Coraline always has to use the portal door to enter the other world. It just makes no sense that she can just go to bed and be back in the real world. Like, wouldn't she have to go through the portal again? The theory also has some proof behind it with the cat. In the real world, the cat is unable to talk or do anything really special. I mean, it's just a cat. But in the other world, this cat can talk. He can disappear and reappear whenever he wants. And at the end of Coraline, when they're supposed to be in the real world, we see the cat literally disappear, even though he's not supposed to have magical powers in the real world. Also, when Coraline meets the ghost children, they literally tell her, once we saw the other mother, we never saw our real mother again, signifying that Coraline never did either and actually never left the other world. The theory goes that Coraline is just stuck in a perpetual time loop of the other mother pretending and creating illusions that Coraline has left the other world so that she can keep her soul forever. It's kind of a dark theory because every time Coraline goes to sleep in the other world, she's just entering a deeper layer of the other world. The theory continues that since she never actually leaves the other world, when she buries the key in the well, she is throwing away her only chance to get out of the other world because there is only one door and one key, and her throwing that key down the well solidifies her eternity in the other world forever and ever under the spell and under the guise that she is in the real world, even though she's not. And I feel like this theory is kind of confusing, but I actually think it makes sense, especially because Coraline's parents and just everything about the real world after she meets her other mother is just so strange. Like, there is just something off about it, even at the end. Besides the cat, like, the parents just seem off. Everything just seems off. I mean, to be fair, it is a weird movie, so maybe that's just why. But I actually believe this theory. I think that it makes a lot of sense because obviously the other mother can shapeshift into seemingly anything that she wants. Why would she not be able to kind of create illusions and mind games with Coraline to make her think that she's escaped the other world and then she can lock her in there for eternity? It's a pretty smart theory if you think about it, but let me know what you guys think. Anyway, that is it for today's video. If you guys liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about these childhood ruining conspiracy theories. And if you have any childhood TV shows or movies that you specifically want me to do conspiracies on, let me know and I will do some deep diving to see if there are any conspiracies around it, but there probably are. There are literally conspiracies about every show. I mean, come on, there's a conspiracy theory about Love Actually. Like, let's go. That is it. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, and subscribe for new videos every week, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Yo, guys, if y'all into this, into those type of conspiracy theories, go subscribe to her YouTube channel. But I just want to talk about a couple of them I saw. Okay, the first one, which was a SpongeBob. SpongeBob. I saw the all-seeing eye. I've seen the temple. And I've seen the pyramids, all that stuff before. I never really watched SpongeBob, but I've seen clips of them, and I've seen that all-seeing eye and all that stuff. Matter of fact, on TikTok, people was pointing that out in their videos and was showing clips of SpongeBob. And, back in the days when it was popular, I didn't really look at it. I didn't really pay attention. But now as I look at it, boy, it's a lot of Illuminati symbolism in there. Now, those others, like I was saying, Beetlejuice, it had the black and white, the checkerboard floor. Freemason, in their lodges, they have checkerboard floors, which I said earlier, it represents duality, and they use that for rituals. And so all the other stuff she was talking about, like just, I guess, people were saying what the movies was really about versus what they were showing us. So I really didn't care about all the other stuff. So I know that Willy Wonka stuff was interesting. But anyway, sorry about that. So I know it's a long live stream. I just wanted to look at this. I saw this on YouTube. I said, let me check it out. Let me see what she talking about that ruined our childhood. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little older, so most of this stuff came out when I was, a little bit already. I wasn't a child. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, guys, my connection is messing up here. So I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream. I'll be on again probably next week doing a live stream. Try to do more of these as far as reactions. Or I can just go back and just do a normal reaction where I, be like 10 minutes I react to a video, do some editing on it and put it on my channel. But let me know, guys. I don't know how many people in here. I haven't seen no comments, in the chat. So I'm guessing I don't know nobody here right now. But if you're watching this in the future, if you're watching this after the video is posted, I appreciate you. Drop a comment down below. Let me know, did you know about any of these conspiracies in these movies? Let me know. And subscribe, like, share this everywhere. We're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers. Help me out, guys. If you're from Instagram, appreciate you coming over here, checking out this reaction, and please subscribe. All right. I'm about to get out of here. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Remember, guys, protect your energy and meditate. Everything's going to be all right. Woke Reg is out.